Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Positively. Yeah. I got my man Angel with me, but I ain't gonna bring him on yet. I might bring him on. I don't know if he can hear me. But first, I gotta do my part. The open mic radio podcast, 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 podcast. Yeah. I got my man Angel with me.
What up, Mike?
What up, my guy? I got my guy with me.
I'm good. Just hearing you spit bars, just saying podcast over and over.
That's right. Sometimes you got to spit those bars. I want to make sure that I got everything under control. I got my man with me, the big homie with me, Angel Penn. He's a comedian, a wrestler. You're on Facebook Live. I messed up. I got to take the audio back down again. I'm gonna switch this back to where God saw fit to put it on. We're gonna go back to Angel being on the speakers. Angel, say something.
What up, homie? Can you hear me now?
Okay, we back. Yeah, we cooking now. We're cooking with Crisco. Yeah, we're gonna have some comments come here in a minute. Today we're gonna talk about random stuff. My fault, Angel, man. I was stuck doing the Lord's work on IG Live. I was doing the Lord's work on IG Live. I had Ray Devil. I got stuck with shout out to Ray Devil, Oral Henry, and Wayne Watts. Who was talking social media, over 40 in social media, man. So you know how that went. There's a bunch of old niggas complaining about how social media is working on our behalf. It was like, yo, what's this? Whose algorithm, and how come he ain't messing with us right now? That's really pretty much the whole conversation. I'm gonna turn this down. We'll bring this down to a low roar. Today is June 12th. The current time of this recording is 2:23. Why am I bringing this up? Because this is the day of the NBA Finals. This is Game 5 of the NBA Finals. We will talk about that later. I don't want to get too deep into that. Heat going to win, whatever. And by the time you hear this recording, either A, there's a Game 6, or B, you will never hear from me again. So whatever, whatever.
I said Heat in 5.
That's impossible. It's impossible. We're down. By 2 games.
I know I was wrong. I should have listened to you. You always say Heat in 6.
Yeah. You just we're gonna go with Heat in 7 because that's the only probability. That's all we got. We got Heat in 7. Angel, how was your weekend? What's going on with you, man?
It was a fantastic weekend. Running around doing comedy, getting ready for July 12th. Stand-up comedy wrestling coming back.
Oh, okay. All right. The first show was
bigger and better than ever.
Okay. The first show was the first show was bonkers. The SCW, stand-up comedy wrestling, was bonkers. Angel is one of the greatest heels in comedy. I learned that from the show. First of all, I didn't know Angel was even a wrestling fan like that. Because I just didn't know.
Back.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling fans don't really broadcast their love for wrestling because people judge them. So I keep my
yes.
Only a handful know I'm a wrestling fan, but when I find one, we come together like Voltron and we connect on that level.
It's also hard because I fell off of wrestling, but I was such a fan back in the day that the love is still there. I just don't keep up like I used to. So it's kind of hard to admit because then people start asking you modern questions and I'm like, I don't know how to answer it.
Yeah, that's how I normally know how big of a wrestling fan you are, because if you're a wrestling fan and you start talking about, yeah, man, the ultimate, you start asking questions like, does the Ultimate Warrior still wrestle? Get out my face. We're not talking anymore. We're done. Yeah, is Junkyard Dog still out there? Get out my face. We don't need to talk anymore. Like, why are you talking about these people? Most of these people you're talking about are dead. All right, why is this happening? Okay. So
I remember there's a podcast that answers random questions that they find on the internet, and one person said, "Hey, I just got out of prison. On what channel can I watch WCW Thunder?"
Come on, man. Come on, man. Why is this happening?
I was like, "Wow, WCW Thunder."
Yeah, like even WCW Thunder doesn't know when WCW Thunder comes on.
I
This
know,
come
I
on,
know. It's not even
come on.
Nitro, it's Thunder. I'm like, ooh,
And first of all, even when Thunder was out, nobody watched Thunder. So what are we talking about, right? What is happening right now? What are we doing?
man, I did. I
You
was
did?
sad. I would watch it even though it was bad. I did. So the reason I stopped watching wrestling is because I can only commit 100%. I don't know how to do it casually.
Yeah.
So it was taking up like 20 hours of my week watching wrestling. There was so much wrestling, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's not sustainable. So I just had to cut it off.
Yeah.
I still watch
there was
Mania though. I still try to watch Mania.
Yeah, I think there was a period where when I stopped watching wrestling, there was two periods. The first period was I think it was like right around like it was like that. It was really goofy. It was like really really goofy. It was like every wrestler in the WWF had a job or had some sort of occupation, and I just stopped watching it because it was like Duke the Dumpster Drosy and like
Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
yeah, and I'm like I can't do this anymore. This is dumb. I can't do this anymore, and I really wasn't feeling WCW like that. So and then it was like another period. It was the period when I went to basic training. So I was gone for like maybe 4 or 5 months without watching TV. So but that was right around the heart of the Attitude Era. And like Rocky, I came back and
oh no.
Yeah, like I came back and I was like so in disarray. I was so confused. I like when did Rikishi run over Stone Cold? What is happening right now? But it was like right in the heart. It was like right in the heart of like WCW getting bought into the WWF transition. So they had like the whole invasion. I missed all of that because I was in basic training and AIT. And I was trying to
man, that moment when there were a bunch of wrestlers fighting, and then suddenly all the ECW people who at first you didn't realize that all the ECW they just turn around and turn on WWE.
Yeah.
It was great.
I missed all that. I missed that, and then
I missed the start of the Attitude Era because I didn't have cable, and as soon as I got cable, it was like Raw would start with a Hell in a Cell match. It was crazy.
it was
insane. You hear cursing off mic.
it was guns blazing. Real quick, Andrew, you're a camera guy. How was my background? Should I cut this ring light off?
Let's see.
I'm cut this ring light off. How was that? Is that too dark? Is it glare?
No, that's worse.
That's worse.
Yeah, keep it on. And technically, you don't need the light behind you.
Well, that's called a window.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a light. Yeah, no, with the light on, it looks fine. But when you had the big giant window behind you last time, no, that was real bad.
I mean, I'm finally I got my studio back. I got my carpet replaced, so I would put everything that was in the man cave back into my office. I got my office back, and I'm able to record properly in the unbeknownst studio. We don't talk about the location. It's just unbeknownst.
From parts unknown.
Parts unknown. Exactly. But back to wrestling. I just want to make sure the light was straight. But back to wrestling. I remember and I felt like a dude in jail when I was in there was another part too when I was in Iraq. There was another part. And then it was 3 parts. And then it was a part when I was in Iraq. And I was gone for like that year and some change. I had an ex send me some like DVDs, so like every pay-per-view. And this was the year where like when Edge finally cashed in the Money in the Bank against John Cena, and I watched that on DVD. I didn't watch that live. There wasn't on no pay-per-view, so I didn't know none of the storyline build up. I didn't know what was happening. Why is Carlito in the Hell in the Cell with Chris Masters? I don't know. How did he get I saw no build up. I was just getting random. I was just getting the DVDs as soon as they come out, and I'll watch it and just try to picture or piece together what the hell was going on and how did we get here. So it was very weird, to say the least. My weekend.
Yeah, during that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you turned into an Autobot for a second there, but now it's back to normal.
I had to change.
I like how you're like on the low dissing me, going like, "Oh yeah, while you were watching wrestling, I was out saving America." Like I noticed the shade.
No, there was no shade. I wasn't saving America. I was trying to get out of bag. I was trying to get better credit. I was broke. I didn't have a job, so it was either go overseas, volunteer to go overseas, or be broke, Angel. And I chose the latter. My decision. A lot of people don't know this. I volunteered to go to Iraq, and I get a lot of kudos for that. Like, oh my God, you really love your country. Let's stop that. Stop. Let's not do this. Let's not say that out loud. I didn't do it for the country. I did it because I was broke. Okay. I was poor. I was in Norfolk, Virginia. I couldn't get a job. I was 24, 25 years old. I was stressed. And an opportunity presented itself where, it was like, hey, you can make a lot of money tax free just by going over here. And I was like, okay. It was either, and then I was like, well, if I die overseas, I'm almost $400,000 richer, or I come back and I'm out of debt. It's a win-win for everyone. And come to find out, it wasn't a win-win for everybody. I won, and some people didn't win. Whatever, we're here. Whatever.
That's dark.
It is. That was but desperate times call for desperate measures. You know what I'm saying? I did like a deployment prior to that, and it was on. I think the proper term is CONUS or on CONUS when you're in the States. Anyway, when I was in the States, I was at Langley Air Force Base doing security with the Air Force Police, and that was like a 2-year run. And then after, now I never told this story, so this is so after the 2-year run, they was converting all of us that was already at the gate to civilian security gate guards. And one of the guys who I'm not gonna say his name because he passed away and I don't like him, so I don't know how to like gingerly I don't know how to get into I don't know how to say this without being like, well, I got over the grudge because life took its course, but it's not like I like well, yeah, he wasn't a bad guy. It was just I'm in here, Angel. You're supposed to be my co-host. Get me out of this. I don't know what's happening. Anyway,
I like how I have a dark comedy show, and you're saying the darkest thing ever.
Well, no, he really made me mad, yo. It was like it was one of the first lessons of betrayal, of like it was the first lesson where I learned get yours first, and then once you're in, get everybody else in after you're in. Like you get in, crack the door open, and then you're straight. I was under the impression that I was in, so I'm not gonna say his name, but RIP to the homie. Okay, so I think I cleared some of that up. And after we did the gate guard duty, I didn't clear it up at all. As we did the gate guard duty, he hit me up. And I seem to be, and if you know me right in my life right now, you know that I'm always a magnet for people reaching out to me to get other people to be involved in something. And, like, hey, we need help. Find us some people that help us in this operation. And that's what I was told. So when he asked me to help, because he was the supervisor for this contract, I was under the impression that I was good, that I was on the contract too. So I'm calling my man Cotton. I could say his name. I was calling Cotton. I was calling all my other buddies. I just remember Cotton off the top of my head, but I called like 4 or 5 people, and they all got these interviews, right? They all got these interviews, and I did the interview too. So I thought I was good. He was like, yo, find some more people, get them on in here. Man, everybody that I sent over there to do the interview got a job. Everybody. I didn't get a job. I didn't get one. I didn't get offered a job. And then he was like, my bad, man. We just ran out of positions. Like, how the fuck you ran out of positions?
What?
Well, you called me to help. I didn't. How did you run out of positions? Well, you called me, right? So I didn't like him. I didn't like him till he died. And then when he died, I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I guess.
Suddenly you're like, he was okay.
He was a good guy. He served honorably. He's a soldier.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, even on his Facebook post, I was like, RIP. When I found out he passed away, I'm like, oh man, RIP, man, good guy. I'm about to say some more words, but that was the gist of what I said. I'm a good person, but I don't feel like I was a good person in that moment. But I felt like God took my battle and he was like, it's over. I don't know how to, Angel, get me out of this. I'm here.
Well, everybody comes to you for something, but recently everybody's been asking you to do something for them, which is be on all their shows. How was your weekend?
Oh, it's pretty good. But first, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Somebody who hasn't done comedy in a long time. Fernando saying boo. Somebody you may know. Fernando. Shout out to Fernando Madrigal.
Oh yeah, Angel's cousin. Yeah. I know him.
Yeah, the only reason why Angel's doing comedy now is this guy here. So if you ever feel like, hey, Angel sucks. Why is he in comedy? Here's the guy right here, Fernando.
It is his fault.
It's his fault. It went from good hearty laughter in the background to, hey, this guy has potential. You should do comedy too. And then this asshole here, Fernando, he does comedy and has the audacity to quit doing comedy. He just leaves. He just leaves
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And he has good reason to leave, obviously, in this picture. I'm gonna take him down, take this picture down because he got his baby in here. But yeah, man, it's good to see Fernando whenever he pops up throwing light shade. Oh, and there's a follow-up to my comment. He never said Angel had potential. These are facts. He never said he had potential. He never said it. I said it. But he never said it. He won't admit it though. I would invite Fernando in, but nobody wants to hear him changing diapers. I don't know. So we're going to I don't know how old the baby is. We're just going to assume that she's still in diapers. My weekend was pretty good, man. I'm not going to front. Actually, it was kind of cool. Shout out Happy Pride to everyone. Let's start off with that. Happy Pride. I got my Pride microphone right here. This is just one of the colors I have. I have an assortment of colors. Angel, you didn't ask for this, but we're here now. So every live episode. So this is another mic. I'm gonna do an episode with my daughter one day, and this is gonna be her mic. And so you see, there's different mic covers, right? So I have that one, and then every episode when I go live, I'm gonna change the mic colors up. So I have different colors. Last time it was red, and one day it's gonna be green and it's gonna be yellow. I'm just gonna flip it up on y'all. I got to use all these. I got to use all these colors. So it was Pride in DC, which means it was streets were closed and no one was going to get in the city. So thank God
it was insane.
Like that. Oh,
that's the worst part.
Yeah, it was the worst because I was stuck in that last year. I had stuck in it. Not saying I was stuck in because of Pride, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get
you. Yeah, traffic was trash. Like they had every road blocked off. You couldn't park anywhere. There was no options, and if you know how the loft is set up. I believe the parade route might have went through that street. So
it literally ended there. So it was like impossible to move around because right at the end of the block was the end of the parade.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So I canceled Nightcap because I knew how difficult it was going to be. Here's the fun part. I'll fast forward to the end and then go reverse back into the beginning. Fun part was, even though there was no Nightcap, 20 comics showed up.
Yep.
They all showed up at the loft, and I said no Nightcap, and everybody was like, "Oh no, we just came out to hang." I like, that's what's up. And I did what I do best, Angel. I left. I got the hell up out of there before there was any more questions. Any more questions?
You know, it would have been a better story if you just said, "Fuck it, let's do Nightcap anyway."
Yeah, I would have, but instead I left. I just left. Okay.
You got yours. I was like, I'm good. I already did a show.
Yeah. So I did Tally Ho Theater. Shout out to the Tally Ho Theater out in Leesburg, Virginia. Good people, done that show plenty of times. I was hosting. Shout out to Josie Marcelino. I think I said her name right. Martin Phillips. I shouldn't have started saying names. I forgot the names already. Martin Phillips. Umar Khan and Angie Robinson. Those are everybody that was on the show. Very, very fun show. It's always good to go out Leesburg and just be amongst those people in Leesburg. You know, it's a mixed bag. I said Happy Pride. It was crickets. I don't know how to articulate that any more than what I mean. Y'all, I said Happy Pride. Y'all didn't say anything back. I'm not making up stories.
Leesburg is known for being progressive. You know how they are.
Progressive or conservative? I said Happy Pride, and they got no love. It was like it was crickets.
That was more on you for saying that in that crowd.
That was me. That was me. Just throwing out. When you're hosting, you just want to see where it's your job to take the bullets, man. So I went out there and I was like, Happy Pride. I got crickets. Hey, my check is the same. I know I'm good. I know I'm funny. You didn't got to. Hey, I'm not selling. I ain't selling no wolf tickets. So if you didn't think I was funny, that's your problem. You bought the ticket. Oh, he was too woke for us. Well, I didn't ask you to come to the show. So look,
that'd be funny if all you said was Happy Pride, and that's the only mention, and you're like, he was too woke for us.
He was too woke for us, yo. I've seen the comments before. Sometimes I see the reviews. I like to look at reviews on a random, and somebody said that at they said that I'm working on my mouse. I got a mouse. I have ADHD bad for real, yo. I don't know why I do this. I'm like, no one asked for this. Here I am. Hold on. So look, I'm I'm playing with this. I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry, but oh no, is it the Magic Mouse? Okay, I'm an idiot. But yeah, the hell I was talking about. Oh yeah, so I was reading the reviews of one of the shows at Tally Hall. I'm not gonna say the lineup, but they was like, oh, this crowd was this comic was too woke. It was a LGBT comic, right? And it was like, oh, he was too woke for us. Like, well, damn. But it was like afterwards, I'm like, hey, whatever, we got your money. So look, I said, but I mean, they laughed at some of the stuff, they laughed at a lot of the stuff, but like it's I'm having a hard time. I'm still getting my sea legs back under me. So it's kind of hard for me to host to my fullest potential. But
hosting is underappreciated as one of the hardest jobs.
Yeah, it is.
Like you go out there and it's cold. You don't know who. Like when you said Happy Pride, you thought, oh, maybe, and they're like, nope, we don't like that. Automatically, they're working against you.
Yeah, you are like you going up the code. You don't got no one filled out. You're the person supposed to fill everything out. Who's married? Who's not married? Who are you having sex with no rubbers? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Who got a job? It's like you're not. And then like like this show is cool because it's like no real headline. It's just a showcase. But you got some headliners like, hey, no, don't do no crowd work. So it's like, yo, go out there, do your material. And we'll see where the chips fall where they may. They really hamstring you and handicap you. Real quick, let me refer to the comments. I forgot to go to the comments. Xavier Montez showed up, superstar Xavier. He says demote Mike B. He does that all the time. That's why I saw his reel on Instagram and I immediately reported it because why not? I saw your reel, Xavier. I could have liked it, but I didn't. I reported it. I hope your Instagram crashes. I hope they kick you off Instagram. That's my dream in life, is that your Instagram ends. I hope you have that's my dream. Speaking of dreams, this guy said, not that hard when you got charisma. You wouldn't know what charisma is, quitter. You're done. You're finished. All right. If you had charisma, you'll still be in the game, but you're not. Hey, Fernando, you're done. Hey, Fernando, since you got charisma, you got any hair to go with that charisma? I think not. Moving on, Xavier comes back harder and you liked it. I did, and then I immediately reported it. You don't understand. I want you to know that I acknowledged the video. I acknowledged the reel, and then I reported it. Okay. So best of luck to your community guidelines complaint that I sent you. I hope you enjoy that.
Xavier better be careful, or he'll end up like the guy who you wrote RIP on Facebook. Like, you better be careful.
Hey, I said RIP out of respect.
Yeah, you don't want your respect. Your respect is dangerous to your health.
Come on, Angel. It's a respectable guy. Speaking of which, Xavier is having a hard time letting this go. So he goes in and he says, I should have done that Photoshop of your broken foot as the flyer back in 2016. You see, this is how you get canceled.
You broke your foot? What happened?
I was playing basketball, and little well-known unknown secret is I broke my ankle in 2016 playing basketball, and I was out of comedy for 6 months. Me and Brandon was in the midst of starting up Broken Mike Comedy, so the running joke was Broken Mike, his ankle. So that got ran into the ground. It's right up there with, oh, you was born on April Fool's Day and you're a comedian. I've heard that several times, but you know what? We're here, Xavier, I have mean jokes for you. I'm not going to say those mean jokes because those are mean. I don't want to be mean to you. Matter of fact, I might send you the link, Xavier, since you got so much damn time on your hands. Let me send Xavier the link. Talk amongst yourselves, and by amongst yourselves, I mean Angel. Talk to yourself a little bit.
Xavier is a prominent figure at Spaghetti on the Beach, and I am often mean to him too. But he's asking for it, so it's okay.
He does.
He wants the smoke.
He wants all of the smoke. He wants all of the smoke and none of the vegetables. Moving on. So we're going to moving to Fernando. He says the hair would make it unfair. We wouldn't know Yo was wearing that dusty ass cap. Let's talk about it for a minute. I don't get to be mean on Angel's show. This is as mean as I get. Angel has hamstrung me to being the good commentator. So this is me frying everybody that comes in hot. Those are all the comments we have thus far on the live show. Let's talk about Transformers for a little bit. You said I was just on the phone with you for a little bit as we was doing our pre-show meeting, aka, hey man, are you going to be able to do the podcast today? That's the pre-show meeting.
Yep.
So you said the first two Transformers made you not want to watch this Transformers.
No. The last two. Actually, the last three. When Mark Wahlberg joined, it was already not a great series, I thought, but the Mark Wahlberg era was really, really bad. And I'm a huge Michael Bay fan.
Okay.
But him and CG is just not. It's not his thing.
Question.
Because you saw his joint on Netflix, Underground 6.
No, I have a life. I don't watch TV like that.
But yet you watch all the Transformers movies. You can't judge. Sir. You out here watching cartoons. Actually, you have kids, so at least that's a good excuse.
What's your excuse? Hey, Xavier, stop. Hey, check your inbox, man. Check your Facebook Messenger, man. Unless you ran out of track phone minutes.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm only interested because I heard some big things happen in this new movie. But before the big thing happened, how was the movie?
The movie itself. Now, first of all, I want to preface this with let me go to the comments real quick because Marcel Neal has made an appearance into the chat. Y'all got to give Xavier the respect he deserves, and I'm gonna give that comment about as much time on the screen as it deserves, and move on to the next comment. Fernando looks like he directed his own documentary about swimming to America.
This turned into a roast for Fernando.
Yeah. Fernando needs he need to go watch his baby. Hey, look, so I preface this. I normally fall asleep in movies. I use that as nap time. So
that's a big dad move right there.
Yeah, hey, who want to watch it? Who want to go to the movies? Everybody's like, yeah, I want to go to the movies. And then they're like, and my kids make fun of me because they're like, Dad don't go to sleep. And my son be defending me. He like, you think Dad will pay all that money? You think Dad will pay all that money to fall asleep at the movie? And he doesn't know you're like, hell yeah, I do it all the time. I did when y'all was babies. We're here and now. So if you see me stay up at a movie, it's absolutely a great movie. So I watched the whole thing from beginning to end, man. It caught my attention. I don't know if you've seen the TV. I know I made fun to say that I have a life. I don't watch TV, but I do. You ever see the series Swarm on? I don't know if it's on Amazon or Pluto. It's called Swarm.
No, I don't watch TV anymore. I used to, but not anymore.
That's because you don't have cable. So look, and you don't own a TV. But you don't have to have a TV.
I got 2 giant screen TVs. All right. 75 inches, both of them.
But you use them as computer monitors. Look.
I do. Damn. He's never been to my house. He purely just was like, based on who you are, I know you're just using them as computer monitors. Hey man, you got me.
You gotta get your eyesight checked. Look, so what was we talking about? Fuck, man.
Transformers, and then the show Swarm.
Oh yeah. So one of the main characters is the main character on Swarm, and Swarm is a show where I don't know if it's based off the Beehive or whatever, but there's some. I think it was Childish Gambino show. He wrote it or directed whatever, but she basically goes around the city and kills people who does not fuck with this particular artist, and like she read the internet and somebody say something. Let's say somebody say something about Beyonce. She coming to you, like Angel, you say something about Beyonce, she coming to your house, she's gonna kill you because she didn't believe you. I can't believe you said that about Beyonce. Like she's a super fan. Well, anyway, she's the main character.
Hey, Mike, real quick. Is your phone near your microphone?
No.
Because you sound like a robot right now. It randomly kept happening, and that's usually because there's a cell phone nearby, and maybe that's causing interference.
Oh, maybe. What about now?
Nah, it's still doing it.
What about now? Is it me or is it me that you're looking for?
Yeah, Yeah, you're sounding real crazy.
What about now?
You sound like you're transforming. There you go.
Okay, I had the microphone too close to my mouth. I had it like this.
Oh,
What about now?
yeah. Now it sounds good. Back to
Okay.
normal.
Okay, cool. So so she's one of the main characters. I appreciate her acting. And then it's some Latino dude. And the best thing is the mother of the Latino dude is
Hold on, I'm doing it again. My bad.
doing it again. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You sound like straight up
I don't know how
like a
to
Decepticon right now.
I don't know how to fix this.
It's weird because it doesn't happen all the time. It's just randomly.
You know what? Maybe it's because Xavier Montez just joined.
You said something about Xavier. It's still sounding real robotic.
What about now?
Still robotic.
I don't know how to fix this. We're just gonna keep.
Is that a wireless mic or
wired? It's plugged up to.
No, it's wired. Yeah. I wonder what's causing the interference then.
It could be Xavier.
Oh, there you go. You sound perfect.
Right now?
Yep, sound perfect.
Oh, okay. So
all right, so the Swarm, they're killing everybody.
It's killing everybody who don't like Beyonce, but it's a different artist. So yeah, she's the main character, and then it's a Latino dude. But never mind the Latino dude. The mother of the Latino dude is the lady from New York Undercover. The Latino lady from New York Undercover. Yeah. And I had a crush on her when I was growing up. So seeing her, I was like, hey, she's a MILF. Speaking of MILFs, that's a bad transition. Anyway, so the movie was good from there. And it was great. Speaking of that, I'm gonna bring in a third party.
Do it.
Here's Superstar. Oh my God, what is it?
The Superstar.
Hey guys, I'm just doing laundry right now. So yeah, what's up?
What you mean? What's up? You the one who clicked the link. What do you mean you're doing laundry? Why you
Yeah,
doing laundry?
I'm doing laundry.
You doing laundry in the prison? What the hell is that background? Why is your
It kind of feels like that. Basically, a separate laundry room near my apartment complex. Let's take a tour, shall we?
No, let's not. How about we don't take a tour of prison? How about that? How about we don't take it's looking more prison than you by the wall.
Yeah, the white tee and that room looks like prison.
So every time you do a show,
many memories of the barracks, Mike B.
No, too many memories of watching MSNBC Lockup. What is happening right now? What are you doing? You doing your whites right now? You doing your colors? What are you doing?
All of it.
So you wash all your clothes at once? You just don't believe in separating your colors? You don't believe in segregation?
There's more than one machine in this apartment complex, Mike B.
That's what you call prison? Apartment complex?
It's like how you call your comedy funny.
I've been killing this podcast.
Yo,
I've been killing this podcast. Where have you been at? Besides work release, where have you been at? Where have you been at? Everybody, I want to one of the only comics who has a working wrestling gimmick. Xavier Montez, superstar Xavier Montez. Superstar. Yeah. He has a scarf. He wraps around his neck. He wears it all 4 seasons. It doesn't matter what season it's on. It's a really thin scarf that he got from his murder victim. So he wears it as a trophy, and here we are. I don't know if that's real, but I like to come up with backstories. How you been, Xavier?
I've been all right, man. Just doing the thing.
So you just gonna let your washing machine go off? Like you're not gonna mute your mic?
Yeah. He now has a bowler though. You have a full-on feather boa.
Oh.
That's actually that's what the face superstar is actually going to start using, rather than like the golden scarf.
The golden scarf.
Yeah, he's upgraded.
Okay. Well, we're gonna remove you because it's too much background noise, and I don't.
Yeah. All right, later, guys.
Yeah, I don't like your background noise. I don't like your background.
Peace out, Zay.
I don't like your background noise. I don't like your background altogether. I don't like your hair. I don't like you breathing all the white man's air. I don't like it. It is 2:55, and we're at the 35-minute mark of the podcast, and we have yet to talk about any of the subject. Anyway, I think everybody steals from Marvel now. So I don't want to get too much into the movie, but it was a really good movie. I liked it, and I like what's going to happen next. We'll see what comes of it. And yeah, it was cool. I had a crush on the main character, main character mom, because she was on New York Undercover, and
And then didn't she also move on to do Dexter? Am I right about
she
that?
did Dexter, and she did the prison show on HBO. I forgot the name of it.
Oz.
Yeah, and she was the nurse at Oz.
I randomly see her on Law and Order SVU.
And she's done. She does a lot of. She don't get the credit that she deserves, and she's bad.
She stayed working. Yeah.
She's bad.
You know what's funny? What show came on before New York Undercover? Because I would always watch the intro of New York Undercover because I fuck with that song.
That song.
And then I wouldn't actually watch the episode.
Was it like it was?
Was it Martin?
It might have been Martin. Yeah, it was like Martin.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was Martin. Not Living Color, Living Single, and then it was New York, because New York Undercover came on like around 9-10 o'clock, whatever.
Yeah. It was like two comedies and then New York Undercover.
Yeah, it was Law and Order before Law and Order came out. It was very. I think it comes on BET Plus now or TV One. Some station that's black, and every time I watch it, I'm like, I gotta get into this. If you're under the age of 30 and you've never seen New York Undercover, you're gonna love it. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I bought my Jeep, because I wanted to shoot some skits, and I'm still going to shoot those skits. I have the scripts already written. I just got to film them. And part of the reason I bought my Jeep is because I wanted to have a New York Undercover like vehicle. And in the show they had Ford Explorers, a 1997 Ford Explorers, and my Jeep has a undercover like look to it, and it looks like I sell drugs. So it fits all the categories of this skit that I'm working on. So it's going to be great. I just need Angel to help me film it. I have the camera. I just need people to help me film it and record it and edit it. And shout out to Jack Schwartz, because I was supposed to been contact him. My procrastination level. I have a lot of ideas. Like I was supposed to start doing my podcast early this year, and I just kept pushing it, and I kept pushing it. And here we are. I finally did it. I'm gonna shoot these 2 skits. It's only 2 skits. It might spin off to like 3. I don't know. I just keep writing them.
It's tough when you have more ideas than you have time.
Yeah, I have no time, but then I got them. But the thing is, I have to make the time. You have to make the time, man. And that's the funny thing. Angel, you drift me off to a subject, and that's one of the things to talk. Before I came on this to do the live podcast, I was on the chat with Ray Diva, Watts, Oral Henry, and myself, who was all in this Instagram live. And I just did the Instagram live because I know I have to do something to feed the algorithm and keep doing things, keep feeding the algorithm. You gotta feed that algorithm, right? And there's a joke. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. There's a joke. I was editing the clip and I was talking about eating something, and I was like, and like I got that clip. I don't know if I want to release that clip because it's to a joke. I don't want to release the joke because I think the joke is going to be part of my album. But I do want, but there's an her, and I remember that, and it was funny to me. It was hilarious, and the crowd laughed. Anyway. So we was talking about content and stuff like that, and I was talking about how comedy is a young person's game, especially like the social media part, because the youngsters, the 20s, the people that's in their 20s, teens, 20s, 30s, early 30s, whatever, they have that kind of time where they could go out there and like do the pranks in the grocery store and have the setup. Record everything, like record. And I wouldn't mind. Oh my God, I'm gonna get to Montez in a second. But like as you get older, you don't have that kind of time. Like I don't have that kind of time to record everything. And I remember during the pandemic, I had the kind of time where I was doing I think the algorithm was like, you got to do 3 or 4 TikToks a day, post 3 or 4 TikToks a day, be on the comments. As soon as somebody comment, you got to be right there to comment within the first 30 minutes. Like this was the whole algorithm, right? And that was like 2 years, whatever the pandemic is. But now I don't have that kind of time. But there's some secrets you could do. I don't know if you're into content. You hardly like being on social media. What say you?
I mean, as much as I use social media for my benefit, during the pandemic, it got dark.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of comics who were trapped in their house and they kind of were losing their mind on social media. Yeah. And a few people I had to hop in there and be like, hey, just get off. Like, this is hurting you more than it's helping you.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta stay informed. I'm like, you're not gonna do anything about what's happening in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like, me and my brother, you know what we did for the first 2 months of the pandemic?
What's that?
We caught up on all the movies we missed. And then at some point, we were just watching every movie that The Rock was in. And it got pretty bad, Mike. It got pretty bad. What is it, San Andreas? I was like, I love dumb action movies. And I was like, even I'm too smart for this. Like, I can't enjoy this.
Yeah. Real quick, let me acknowledge Xavier Montez's comment. Hold on. I'm trying to get myself together. Hold on. Did I just find I thought I found a credit card. This is weird. Speaking of recordings, you still selling your special from the back of your trunk? No. I almost said an inappropriate name. This is the album. I don't know if I could reach it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, this one, Life and Times of Old Mike B. I have a box full. If you need your table leveled, or you want to prop a door open, if you need a cut coaster or anything, you need some coasters. This is still on sale. I got like another 75 of these. Feel free to get one of those. Hit me up. But then also this one is Promote Mike B. This just came in the mail. Got to hang my accomplishments. This one.
Wait, that picture just came in the mail?
Yeah.
Wow. What took so long? That was you recorded that a minute ago.
Yeah. I just never went and sent to get it blown up and everything.
Mm.
And I didn't know what size I wanted. This is the perfect size because I don't need all this extra foolishness and carrying on. And this one is on social media. I mean, on all anywhere you get your downloads, Apple, iTunes, Google Play. This nigga that pirates all things, porn and CDs, right here. Promote Mike B. So feel free to get you a copy. It's an easy plug. Yeah, social media. Hold on, Andrew. Let me get comfortable. I got my ottoman right here. I got on purple pants. Don't judge me. I'm going to work out later. I'm going to work out later. Yeah, I did the my daughter. I think when the pandemic happened, my daughter was 9 or 10, so it's gonna be like 3 years, whatever. And she was big into like TikTok, whatever, right? And she was keeping me a brace of all the TikTokness, you know what I'm saying? And then we had like this competition to see who could get the most followers. And of course I won because I'm very competitive. It broke her spirit, and I didn't mean to, but I did. I did win. And she's like, "Dad, you broke my spirit." I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Don't let it happen again." I don't know. There was a lesson to be learned there, and she didn't learn it. But all jokes aside, she so yeah, we and then I remember a lot of comedians like Ty Davis. Shout out to Ty Davis. Like her Instagram and like TikTok grown a lot during the pandemic, and she was one of the few people that was like, I'm not doing nothing on the social media. I'm a stand-up comedian. I am not a social media comedian. And then like she was like, okay, look, this has gone on long enough. And and then like she went. What in the world?
Okay, yeah, you froze. Can you still hear me?
I can still. You can hear me?
There you go. Now you're back.
So is my Wi-Fi jacked up? Anyway, so yeah, so it was cool. It was a cool thing to watch the growth. In hindsight, I should have followed. She told me the formula. She told me the keys, and I was listening, but then I got lazy. And then when I finally did the formula, I was picking up, and then I got that one video that went like 100,000, went crazy, and I was like, okay, we're good. It was the one video where I stole Cold Stunner my son. Like that was the video that got the pop, that popped off. Like all the other videos where I was editing and doing X, Y, and Z, it would get like a couple of 100, 700, whatever, 10,000, whatever. But me physically harming my son in our backyard, that was the one that was like, oh my God, this is a good dad here. And these were the comments. This is a good dad here. Oh, these are memories. Like, oh yeah, it is a memory. All right. I stunned the shit out of my son. Okay. But it's so weird, man. Like trying to figure out the algorithm and trying to figure out what to post, what not to post. And we was talking, and like at the end of the day, I think the general consensus was, don't worry about what happens, just post it and then walk away. Just whatever it is, just post it. You know, like I post my comedy clips up there, some crowd work clips, whatever. And I used to get depressed by the numbers. You know, I get depressed by the likes because there's some of my contemporaries. I think that's the right term. some of my peers, they'll post their clips and they get like 100, 200, 300 likes, 2,000 views, whatever. And then like I post about Joy, like 30 likes, no comments, you know. And then like the comments sometimes me using my ghost accounts. It's very weird, but these are the things you have to do, right? And it's depressing. I'm like, I know I'm funny. I know this shit is funny because I wouldn't have posted if it wasn't funny. But what say you, Angel? I'm doing all the talking out of good mouth.
It's one of those with social media. The one time I posted a clip, it got like 7,000 or 8,000 views, and I do remember checking it on a regular basis, and it's the first time I ever did that. I never check my likes. If somebody comments, like I'll look at it, but I don't always comment back.
Yeah.
If we had to rank, I'm not on TikTok, but if we had to rank how effective the social media apps are at trapping you into social media, Instagram has got me on lock. They always manage to show me something when I open the app, and I'm going into the app to do business, and they always show me something that distracts me and makes me forget why I jumped on the app. They're real good. Facebook, I ignore it. Snapchat, ignore it. But every time I'm on Instagram, I'm like, what was I on here for? And I'm 30 minutes wasted. So and I've heard TikTok is 10 times worse. Like people just go down the rabbit hole on that one.
Oh yeah. It's although it's funny because talking about the numbers, like my Facebook Reels, because when I post on Instagram, it automatically goes to my my Facebook page. My Facebook Reels be popping. Like it'd be like 800, 600, some couple thousand likes, whatever. Views, whatever. I can't figure out Instagram. And then like TikTok, but like I post TikToks, whatever, and you know what I'm saying. And then as soon as you post it, then it's like, here's a video you might like. And it's like, oh my God. And you just go down this like right now, if anything with was Eric Mays. I think that's his name, Eric Mays. Where he's just roasting the city. He's part of the Flint city councilman. Eric Mays, and is like point of information. If I hear point of information, you got me. I'm locked in. Point of information, and like because I know he's about to roast somebody. Anything like that, you got me. I'm locked in. So TikTok can get you like that, and I'll be having all these ideas.
I don't like the one where people are just staring at another video.
Yeah, that's weird. But
you
those
just see them in the bottom corner just staring at somebody else do something. I'm like, I don't understand this.
Yeah, and you know it's funny. Those are called reaction videos, and I was doing those too. Then I stopped.
But here's the thing: people aren't even reacting. It's just a video of them looking at it, but having no reaction. And it's the same video every time.
Oh, hold on, we got a comment. One of my guys here is my man Damian Powell, one of my former co-workers. What up, Damian? You can't take this social media thing too seriously. Just post whatever you feel good about and don't give a damn about the views or likes. Facts. That's what I do. But at the same time, it does make me call my therapist immediately afterwards and cry. Especially like I said this on Instagram. I did do I posted a TikTok a couple of weeks ago, and I went on TikTok and I complained about the TikTok getting the amount of views that it got. I was like, yo, I posted a video, Angel. I swear to God, I posted a video. 48 hours later, it had 2 views. Just 2. In 2 days, 2 views, a view a day. What's going on? I was like, yo, what's going on? So I took down the video and I reposted it again, and it got a whole bunch of views. I don't know what. It's like that algorithm, man, is so strange, man. And I'm too old to try to figure out algorithm. I don't know. These young guys got it. These young guys and girls got it, man. I'm gonna start showing some cheeks, yo. You show some cheeks, you get about 100 views. I'm start showing these cakes.
Please don't do that.
No, I'm gonna start showing these cakes.
Speaking of cheeks,
what's up?
Speaking of cheeks,
yep.
So you know how everybody has their own technology conspiracy theory. I actually am a tech nerd, so I don't have a lot of them. But there's one that I'm pretty sure is accurate, right? So everyone has the one where your phone's listening to you and then it shows you an ad of something, right?
Right.
My Instagram specifically tries to embarrass me when I'm around somebody else. Like if I open up my Instagram right now, it's just going to show me some comic promoting a show, you know, somebody showing a clip, right? Right now it's Anthony Oakes. He looks like he's tubing, right? But if I were
Yeah.
next to you, it's gonna show butt cheeks. It's gonna
Let's go.
show women almost naked, and I
Let's
don't have
go.
a lot of those on my account.
Let's
So
go.
I think my phone is trying to embarrass me when I'm around other people. Because every time
Right.
I'm like, oh yeah, let me get your IG, and I open Instagram and it shows the nastiest stuff.
Oh, for real? Look at your password.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. What is it? I have a few comics who are reacting to just nasty ass videos, and it never pops up when I'm at home by myself. It only pops up when I'm next to somebody else. It's almost like it's trying to like, hey, look, he look at nasty stuff, and I'm like, no, that's not my normal algorithm. It's because I'm next to you. What do you think about that conspiracy?
Real quick before I get to that conspiracy, let me go to some of these comments. Xavier Montes, aka Prison Bay, says just post shit, and if something gets over 10 likes, consider that a victory. I would do that, Xavier, but I get more than 10 likes. We're gonna move on from that. That's a victory for you, my guy. I don't want just 10 likes. I want it all. I want the comments and everything else to come with it. Speaking of comments, let's go to my man Ahmed. He has a special coming out. He's working on his special July 21st. I believe it's July 14th to the 15th. All I had to do is read the flyer. That's good advertising. Ahmed is recording his comedy special July 14th through the 15th. I'm on a couple of shows myself. It says TikTok is giving you Stockholm syndrome, gaslighting you with views. Facts, but at the same time, I should get more than 2 views in 48 hours. Facts.
I've always suspected that TikTok be handing out views like it's candy.
They do, and cocaine. Speaking of cocaine, Ahmed follows up. Angel, that's hilarious. He made this comment while you was talking about the fact that you be looking at booty cheeks around Anthony Oaks. It's very weird that's happening.
I'm gonna call on Spend it be posting crazy stuff. There's a couple comments who are just like always posting racy stuff, and it only pops up like if I was gonna hand my phone to you, Mike, it would pop up. But if I'm by myself, I get tech stuff and nerdy stuff.
You never hand me your phone. I wish you would, so I could see some of the cakes. Speaking of,
you would just delete my account.
I would absolutely delete your account. Actually, sometimes depending on who it is, I did this to Christian. Like I took it, he gave me his phone. I went to his Instagram and made it to an actual professional account. He got mad. I turned it to a professional account. Like, hey man, you unlocked my account. Now I'm getting all these. Like, man, shut up, you're a comic. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of comics, got my man Damien, one of my favorite former co-workers. He says, Mike Brown, you posted some funny reels, and I am sure that the likes don't reflect how good or funny your post actually is. These are facts. I am freaking hilarious. I was funny at work. Wasn't at the job. At the job that me and him worked at, I was stressed. I wanted to quit. I quit 2 times. They wouldn't let me leave. They were like, we need you. I'm like, save me. Get me out of here. And then one day I just got the hell up out of there. I'll tell you that story. Damien, oh no, Damien actually remember the story. I don't know if he remembered how I got out that job, but I got out of there. Yo, I had to run. I got the hell up out of there. But
was it a government job?
No, it was a government contracting job. But
I had a similar thing happen.
He's one of the good people there. It was a very stressful place. I'm gonna take his comment down. But I was where we at? We are 53 minutes and 54 minutes past the hour. Like this is WTOP. We're 54 minutes past the hour. I'm gonna tell you this quick story. So the job that me and him worked at, I did the interview for, right? And when we did the interview, it was for a supervisory position. Well, I didn't know it was a supervisor position, but it was like in the warehouse. And I've done inventory. I do inventory control. I'm an inventory control specialist. Warehouse. I was never really like a warehouse man. I was never in the warehouse, if it makes sense. Like a real warehouse. Like I've been in like small warehouses where you can still like wear certain clothes, whatever. But this place was like really, really strict. It was a big ass warehouse, stuff like that. And I was the receiving team lead. It was a very stressful position, very stressful. Because everything you did, if it wasn't right, it was your fault, and anything that you did do was still your fault. It was very weird. And then I couldn't take it anymore. My health was declining a little bit. Like I got really, really fat. I was sweating like I had bacon fat on my face. It was very weird. I don't know what like you ever sweated for no reason, or like you just wake up, you're like, why am I sweating? You know what I'm saying? Or you be
It's usually because you're fat. That's the only reason.
yeah. I'm just, why am I sweating? I just woke up. Why am I haven't done anything? And so so the first time I tried to quit, I was like, you know what, guys, everything's my fault. I told my team this. I told my team, I like, look, guys, you know, before I let any of y'all get fired, I would quit as a leader. I would quit before I let y'all get fired, because it was getting blamed for a lot of stuff because we was receiving team. And then this is a true story. And then but I loved all the guys there except for a few people. Like Damien was cool, Floyd is cool. There's a lot of people that I remember there that was cool as a fan. And then what happened? I was so I tried to quit. They wouldn't let me quit. They were like, no, you just gotta stay with it. We're going to train you to be a good supervisor. I was like, all right, cool. So it was New Year's Eve. I never forget it. I gave a rah-rah speech. Hold on. Did he post back? Oh, okay. Let me read this comment real quick. Damian Powell followed back. Andrew, you're right. These phones definitely do that BS to you. Try to make sure that you turn off the Wi-Fi when you leave home, and that won't happen. Oh, he got the cheat code and everything. See what I'm saying? Damian's cool as hell, man. Well, I leave off at this. Damn, what the hell I was talking about? Yeah. So New Year's Eve, I gave my team a rah-rah speech. This is the speech. I remember the speech because this is how impactful the speech was. I remember the speech because I knew it was gonna be some bullshit. I said, hey guys, this year was rough, but let's not take that roughness into the new year. One team, one fight. I'll see y'all next year. I bought them some gifts too. And they were like, yeah, new year. Right. We all left. That was the last time they saw me. So the ball drops. I never forget it. It was like a weekend. So it was like Friday, it was New Year's. It was like New Year's Eve to New Year's, and it was like Saturday, Sunday, and then it was Monday, right? So Monday comes, I was like, I felt so good about the new year. I was like, yo, Xavier said, show me the light. The hell with you, get off the podcast. So Monday comes, right, Angel, and I call in. I'm like, yo, I don't feel like coming in. I was still kind of hungover. Like, I don't feel like coming in. I'm sick. Like, oh, all right, cool. We'll see you Tuesday. So Tuesday comes, right? And I call. I was like, yo, I can't make it. Now the rule was because I had a security clearance. They're like, after like 3 times, they have to send somebody to your house. I don't think I really called in the 3rd day. I don't think I called it. I just didn't show up. So then I got a random ass like health and welfare phone call like the 4th day. And they kept calling. They were calling like, and then like the one of the voicemail was like, "Hey, if you don't show up, we're gonna have to send somebody to your house." And I was like, "Hey, don't do that. Save the gas." I quit. So I just quit, and then I got mad because they deducted they deducted money for these shirts I didn't even want. Like I got 3 purple cranberry shirts. they deducted me for the polos I didn't ask for. These weren't even fancy polos. These was like wickered. I didn't want that. But anyway, that's how I quit that job, man. I couldn't go. If I went there, they would have made me stay. But I got out of there. That was.
Have you ever been fired?
I wouldn't be fired because I quit.
Yeah, same. I've never been fired. I've always quit.
Hold on, here we go. I think. Oh, Mike Brown, that was the place that place is still running. I'm sure that it's still stressful as usual. Most of the people we worked with are either government employees or no longer there anymore. I haven't worked there since 2015 and I wouldn't go back 100. Absolutely. I wouldn't go back either. Hell, they called me back right now and I walked to that warehouse. I was like, hey, what's that over there? I would have got the fuck out of there, yo. It was so stressful, yo. Like the baby but like I felt like if I would have really applied myself, and I did, I tried my best. I really tried to apply because like the mission was to get into government, try to get a government position. A lot of my people that end up getting government positions, but it was like so stressful. I don't know how we got on the stage. Andrew, get us out of here.
I had a government contract job, and they were stressing me out so much, and I was like, hey, I'm quitting. And they were like, I just told them, I was like, I'm quitting. I was like, you guys keep harassing me, and it's driving me crazy. Yeah, and they were like, and because I thought that was their goal, is to get me to quit because they were treating me so bad. Yeah. So when I quit, to my surprise, he was like, no, you can't quit. You can't quit. And I was like, can't quit? Like, what do you mean I can't quit? You clearly don't want me here. You want me gone. Why? And then so what happened is the person who gave him the contract, me and her were cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went to her, even though they specifically told us you can't talk to her. I did it all the time because I didn't want to be there. And
Yeah.
she said the reason that they're not letting you quit is because if they don't meet the requirement of the amount of employees, then they lose the contract.
Yeah.
So then not only did I stay, I was an asshole the whole time because I knew I couldn't, like, they can't do anything to me. So I just did whatever I wanted, and I drove them crazy because I was like, every time I just say, okay, I quit. And I would like start packing up right then and there. And they'd be like, oh, no, never mind. I would just threaten to quit constantly.
Yeah, man.
Because it took so long to get a clearance. I didn't know that. I put it all together later on when I was like, oh, it's because it takes like 6 months to get a clearance. So if somebody quits, you have to have somebody already going through the paperwork.
Yeah, unless they already got the clearance.
Yeah, and most people didn't.
Yeah. I wish I would have known that. I would be like, I already got a clearance, just so the next time you tried to quit, they're like, oh, don't worry about it. Going to quit. We already got your replacement. You'd be like, dang, they didn't work. But we are now at 1 hour and 1 minute, Angel, and I don't want to do this anymore. Honestly,
I know you hit your limit.
Yeah, I hit my window. I hit my ceiling. I was talking. I forgot who I was talking to, but like when I do a podcast on myself, my ceiling is 30 minutes. If I got a co-host, no more than 90 minutes. I don't want to get into the 90-minute mark. So we're here. You know, I think we did some good work. We got some great comments. I want to shout out everybody that commented. Fernando, Xavier, Marcel Neal, and Damian Powell, and D. Ahmed. Thank y'all for all coming in, tuning in, and commenting as well. Angel, what do you have coming up this week? I already know your schedule, but tell the people.
Every Tuesday we do spaghetti on the beach at Hamilton's Bar and Grill on Capitol Hill. Don't go to Hamilton's, the fancy hotel. It's Hamilton's Bar and Grill. I'm always at the Loft. I'll be there at Nightcap because I love Nightcap. It's one of the premier late night shows. I'm doing a show with John Yeager on Wednesday, doing the Red Bear on Thursday, and I'm doing Awesome Con, 2 shows at the convention center in DC. Just talking to nerds. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's my week. How about you, man? What do you got coming up?
You sure that's all you doing this weekend?
Yeah, that's it. Everything else is happening. What, am I missing something? Am I booked for something and I forgot?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Let me see if I can book somebody else.
Wait, no. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be at the Comedy Loft, for whoever I'm supposed to do the work for.
No, you good.
I think you're thinking of next week. Next week, I will be hosting for Felt Face, doing a bunch of sold out shows. You Can't See Me is already
good talk,
sold out.
brother. Good talk, brothers. Keep doing what y'all doing. Failure is not an option. Absolutely, my man. Thank you, Damien, for coming through.
I love Damien, man. He's my favorite. I don't even know him. I just met him.
That's my guy, man. That was my guy. He was the warehouse. He was the delivery supervisor. I think that was the So we all work together. I'll take a fellow Latino's job. Of course you would. Anytime you get a chance to take any job, Xavier, is a good thing.
They took our jobs, man.
What am I looking for? I thought you were supposed to be doing because I have this spreadsheet here.
Yeah.
If you're doing Felt Face, I got to find somebody else then.
Wow, I could host 2 weeks in a row.
No, you can't.
Ain't nobody there for me.
No, you can't. No, you're not doing Felt Face, man.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I asked you for that a long time ago, and I have it on my calendar since forever.
You do. I knew you did something backwards. No, I already got somebody for Felt Face. You were supposed to do Christian Johnson this weekend.
Nah, bro, you called me and took me off of that and put me on Felt Face instead.
No, I got you on Felt Face. I got you on Christian Johnson. Well, this is the back. This is not supposed to happen on the podcast. Anyway, I have nothing this week. I'm actually going to have a chance to like do some mics.
For real?
Yeah, I'm gonna go around the city a little bit and do some mics. If anybody books me, if anybody feels free to put me on a show, I ain't doing shit. If not, I'll just be at the Loft. Everything I do, I make money, so it doesn't matter what I do as long as I'm there at the location. I think this is a wraps. I'll call you in a few minutes, Angel. We'll break this down. Everybody that came to on the podcast, thank you all for listening. This will be up Wednesday. I got to come up with a title for it. This will be up Wednesday. Heat is 7. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and good night.